Hello, brothers. Hello, sisters. How you doing? Cheryl E. Smith. I see your Join Hancock down there. How you doing, brothers? How you doing, sisters? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I got some good content for you tonight. I don't want you to miss it. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. How you doing, Sister Joanne Hill? I see your Join Hancock down at the bottom. Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sisters. We got plenty of seats in the front. Come on. We got some empty seats in the front. Come on to the show. Got a good show for you tonight. I hope that you all had a very productive day. How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother Jermaine? Long time, brother. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in, brothers. Come on in, sister. Got some good content for you tonight. You're not going to regret tonight's show. It can help you. It can enhance your relationship. Come on in, come on in. We got a few more seconds before we jump into it. How you doing, Sister Nisa? Come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We're about to get into it. Yes, we're about to get into it. Brothers and sisters, thank you, my brother Jermaine. Brothers and sisters, let me tell you something. I am feeling real good today. I'm feeling so good. You know why I'm feeling good? Because I'm here in front of you. Thank God that I'm here in front of you, my brother and sister. I got some good content for you tonight. Hopefully you can use it and apply it to your relationship. Am I an expert in relationship? No, I'm not, but the Lord Jesus is an expert in relationship. And brothers and sisters, the content that I'm going to go over tonight with you all, it can really enhance and help your relationship. When you're looking at a failure when it comes to a relationship, my brother and sister, when I say a failure, I'm not talking directly that I am a failure. I'm talking about I have failed in previous relationships. And so if I failed in previous relationship, I can help you. There are some people that have failed in relationship that come to me, and we have helped one another. So brother, this particular content, sister, this particular content will help you to avoid putting your hands on the stove so you won't get your hands burnt. I haven't got my hand burnt before. Other people have got their hand burnt before because they thought that the stove was cold, but it was hot. So I'm here, my brother and sister, to help you to get past some things that you don't have to deal with, okay? So you can have a strong, productive, and fulfilling relationship. My brother and sister, I clearly believe in the relationship of that between a man and a woman from a biblical standpoint, meaning God created the man first, and then he took the rib out of the man. He formed the woman. He represented the woman back to the man, and the man said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, I should call a woman because she came from man. If you don't believe in that concept, my brother and sister, I encourage you to still look at this particular broadcast because you could learn something from it, okay? Now we're about to get into the content. The content for tonight is understanding your man and your woman needs before it's too late. Again, understanding your man or woman's need before it's too late. Now, overall, my brother, you should love your woman as Christ loved the church. Always keep that in mind, brother. You should love your wives as Christ loved church. Those of you that are thinking about getting married, you always remember you have to start from the starting point. This, brothers and sisters, you have to be serious, committed, and move towards the covenant relationship. You don't want to start part of the way. You don't want to have a pie and cut it up into 3 pieces and you just take 2. That being serious, committed. When that third part is on the pan, you need to get that too, okay? So you want to eat all of the pie when it comes to a relationship. Brothers, you were instructed when it comes to going all the way. You are instructed from God's word. How you doing, Sister Twyla? To love your wives. So those of you that are contemplating on it, if you get a woman, you are commanded to love your wife. And sisters, you need to respect your husband. How you doing, Sister Kay? You need to respect your husband. And let me tell you this. Believe it or not, my brother and sister, men don't need love. Men do not need love. And some of you saying, what you talking about, Tony? That's foreign. Everyone needs love. Well, let me tell you what I'm talking about. Men take respect as love, okay? If you respect your man, men interpret respect as love, meaning to encourage him, nourish him. That's what I'm talking about. You need to encourage him, nourish him, and that's part of respect. If you respect the man, men take respect as love. Women take love as attention and affection, but I'm going to get more into that later on into this show. Now, you all need to understand this. At the beginning of a relationship, men move with their eyes, with what they see, while women move with their ears, what they listen to. And that's a common thing, my brother and sister. This should not be foreign to you. Men mostly step up to a woman based on what he see. Women normally come to a man based on what she listened to. Even though a woman would like to look at something pleasant, and a man would like to listen to something that's solid and logical to him. But what really compels a man to approach a woman is how he look at her, and what really get a woman to give that man a time of day is what she listened to, how he talks to her. Now, sisters, question: do you constantly give your man respect? Do you? That's the question. Do you give your man respect? Brothers, do you consciously speak sweet words to your woman? So, sister, what I'm telling you, you got to consciously look attractive to your man. Remember I said love, everything comes from inside out, but there's a starting point before it gets to the inside. So, sister, do you consciously look attractive to your man? It's very, very important. You got to learn these little key things, my brother and sister. Sister, do you look attractive to your man? Do you go around not keeping yourself up like you used to do at the beginning of the relationship? Do you make that effort to keep yourself up? Brother, do you consciously, like at the beginning of the relationship, when you were saying those sweet things to that woman, do you consciously still say sweet things to her? It's very, very important, and it's very, very vital. Also, when it comes to a relationship, how you doing, Sister Jane? My brother and sister, are you transparent? No man and no woman is 100% transparent. The only person that ever have lived on earth that was 100% transparent. So you have to work towards being transparent. That's for you, brother and your sister. Now, how and what is transparent defined as? Transparent is defined as allowing light to pass through so that the object behind can be distinctly seen. In other words, be 100% honest with your mate. When you're being transparent, my brother, with your mate, you have to be honest with your mate, even to the point where as it might hurt him or her. If your mate asks you a question, if you might not want to answer, my brother and sister, but it's better to be honest, especially this, brothers, if your woman asks you a question. Because while I'm saying brothers first, because you are the head and leader of the relationship. Brother, if your wife asks you a question, if you have to lie, don't say nothing at all. If you feel compelled, if you think that you have to lie, don't say nothing at all. Sister, since you go on your feeling, if your man asks you a question and you feel compelled to lie to him, don't say nothing. You understand? That's right, Sister Sherry. It's total honesty. But it's better to say something to your mate when he or she brings something to your attention. And this is what transparency is about. Brothers, what I'm about to say, and sister, what I'm about to say, it may not make no sense to you, but listen to what I say. If you be transparent with your mate, even though it may hurt your mate, it's a possibility that your mate may walk away from you. That's right, Brother Jermaine. Your mate may walk away from you, but if your mate walk away from you, it's one thing your mate need to be able to say about you. Brother, you might say something that damaged her, but one thing you want her to be able to say, at least he was honest with me. And the same thing too, sister. If he walk away from you, you want him to be able to say, he can call you all kinds of things, but you want him to bottom line say, well, at least she was straight up and she was honest with me. And like Brother Jermaine said, honesty is the best policy. That's very true. So you need to be transparent. Transparency, my brother and sister, that is a part of having the Lord in your life. If you have the Lord in your life, he will help you to be transparent. He will help you to be open up to your mate. I'm telling you this, the most intimate thing you brothers and sisters can have besides sex is to be totally transparent with one another. Just like Adam and Eve walked in the Garden of Eden. They were naked. Physically, they were naked, but inwardly, they were more naked. What do I mean by inwardly, they were more naked? They were transparent. They was open to one another. That's what nakedness, that's what it means to be naked. You're open. You're not ashamed. You understand? You're not ashamed, but if you have to cover up, you are not that honest. Something happened for you not to be that honest when you want to cover up. Like when Adam and Eve messed up, what they tried to do? They tried to sew leaves together to hide. You don't want to hide nothing from your mate, my brother and sister. If you have to hide, that's extra work that you have to do in your relationship. You don't want to have to continue to do extra stuff in your relationship. It's better to be honest and open and straight up so you won't have to do a lot of hiding, because if you do a lot of hiding, you're going to have to do more hiding. So it's better to be transparent, my brothers and sisters, okay? Now, also, brothers and sisters, do you give one another peace of mind? Do you give one another peace of mind? I know you get the peace from the Lord Jesus, but from a human perspective, brothers, do you give her peace? How you doing, mother? Do you, my sister Renee, do you give her peace? Sister, do you give him peace? Brother, sister, if you're away from your home and you coming back home and you see your mate car out there, do you have to contemplate or get yourself together before you walk into your home? Or do you joyfully get out? How you doing, Sister Flo? Or do you joyfully get out of your car and you anticipate seeing your mate? Once you put the key in the door and you open and you be very overjoyed to see your mate. That's the best way to be. Whereas you have to stop somewhere and get your mind together before you go home. That's a bad place to be in. There are some men and some women, they go other places or whatever, and when they pull up to their home, they see they mate car there, or they know they die, they don't even want to go in the house because they know it's going to be a lot of chaos. You don't want to get into a relationship like that. That's why you have to understand the needs of one another before it's too late. Now, let's break it down some more. Sisters, have you ever given thought about your man of purpose needs? Have you ever given thought about your man of purpose needs? I have touched on this a few nights ago. Yes. He understands that you are his mate or is his mate. And he understands that you was created for him according to God's word. So this man, he understands that you are his mate, his helpmate. He understands that you was created for him according to God's word. However, one thing that most women really don't understand, that your man, one of his basic needs from you, other than you his helpmate, other than you was created for him, is he crave and needs something from you that some of you women take very likely. And I have said this before, and the reason why I'm bringing it up because it came to me recently again, okay? So this is why I'm gurgitating some of this stuff over again. Brothers, sisters, you really need to understand this. Men and women need different things. We think differently. We move differently. We feel differently. Even though we all have soul, mind, will, and emotion, we need certain things more than others. Brothers, you crave something that you really need. And women, they're never going to understand what I'm about to say. They can never understand it. And sister, there's something, brother, and there's some things that you will never understand what your woman needs. But listen to me, it can be done. And the only way it's going to be done is with the Lord in you. Let me tell you this, sister. Since this man is the head and leader of the relationship, and he understands that you was created for him and you supposed to be his helpmate, when everything is said and done, that man wants to get close to you. He will, if he understands his role as a man, he know he has to get close to you emotionally. He has to pass through that door called the will. He has to get to your mind. That's your soul. But men need sex, sex, sex. Yes, I said he need that from you, sister. He doesn't need it from another woman. He doesn't need it. Sister, do you ever like talking on the telephone? Do you like talking on the telephone? Yes, you do. But do you not realize that a telephone needs a battery? What if that battery doesn't work and you plug the telephone into the outlet and it doesn't work? What do? What happens if you can't use your cell phone and the battery go down? You don't need the battery. The cell phone needs the battery for it to operate, right? And to give it power to work effectively. If the charge don't work on the phone, what would you do? Of course, you'll go get another telephone, right? Well, you should understand that if that man's need is not taken care of, and it's difficult what I'm about to say, he's going to deal with it another way. And I'm going to get into that shortly. Some of you sisters, not all of you, but some of you sisters, you play games when it comes to the physical aspect of the relationship. What do I mean by that? You play like you Santa Claus and it's not even December. What do I mean by that? Some of you sisters, you use that power game on your man. What do I mean by the power game? Like I said, some of you, not all of you, you play like you Santa Claus. What does that mean? You give when you think he's good, and you hold back when he's naughty. So it's the Santa Claus concept, whether he's naughty or nice. You can't play with a man like that. Let me tell you this too, sisters. Some men, your man, when it comes to that, you got to understand this. Why does he have to make the first move? Some men want to know this. Why does the man have to make the first move? Now, there are some women that will comply to it, but the question is, why does a man have to make the first move? Men want to think that they are important to you also. So you can't be super passive, my sister, when it comes to that part of your relationship. Some of you, and I'm talking about when you're a serious, committed, and covenant relationship, some of you sisters, you need to initiate sometime. Don't be too passive in a relationship. Even though the man is the head and the leader of the relationship, show that man what you think about him. Yes, you do some. Yes, you do. You walk with him, and you was created for him. But that man wants to know, and that's part of respect too. He wants to feel lifted up. Not only does that man want the respect part by being lifted up, because you lift him up. If you lift your man up with respect and you do some good things for him, you're going to get a lot out of him. Because you giving him, not only he need respect, he need that part or that intimate part with the sexual part. Now, some of the men, some of you sisters, your man is afraid to approach you. You know why they're afraid to approach you? Because they don't know what you'll do. They don't know what you'll do. And one of the worst things you could do, sister, is deny your man from touching you. We can understand that it depends on if some of you sister, you able to go through your ministration and stuff like that. But what if you don't have your ministration on? What if you don't have it at all and your man approach you? Why would you want to deny him that? What happened when you start denying it? The first few times, he's going to wonder what's going on with you. I'm just telling you from a man's standpoint. The first few times, he's going to wonder why you're doing that. Then you're going to notice, you're probably going to notice, if you know your man, he's going to stop approaching you. And what do I mean by that? He is going to be right by you, and he's not going to make no effort to approach you. But why he's going to do that? Because he's frustrated. And well, a lot of time when men be frustrated, a lot of time, men deal with stuff internal. He might not even talk to you about it. So he's going to be frustrated. He's going to make an effort not to reach out to you no more. And one thing that more than likely going to happen, and I need to put this out there because it happens all the time. I listen to people that talk about this. More than likely, he's going to go deal with another woman. Just for that. Just to take care of his sexual need. Sisters, you need to understand. You got to respect this man. You got to look at him like he's the head of the relationship. He's the leader, even though if he fall down sometime on his face. The best thing you could do is be in a partnership with that man. You respect him. You follow him, and don't hold back. Don't hold back on him. If you hold back, you're going to have some problems. And like I'm saying, I'm trying to keep your man in your house. He's going to step out on you. That's how a lot of men operate. Now, brothers, let's get to you. Let's get to you. Brother, have you ever thought about the real needs of a woman? Have you really thought about the real needs of a woman? Let me tell you about the real needs of a woman. A real needs of a woman is attention. It's affection. She wants you to talk to her, and she wants you to listen to her. I'm going to say that again. A woman needs attention from you, not other men. Your woman needs affection from you, not other men. Your woman wants you to talk to her. Like she could see you talking to everyone else. She wants you to talk to her. Sister Cheryl said, I'm freezing up. Am I still freezing up? I hope that I'm not still freezing up. Am I freezing up now? Do you see me moving? Do you see me moving? Am I still freezing up? I hope that I'm not freezing up. And she wants you to talk to her, and she wants you to listen to her. How do you show your woman attention? How do you show your woman attention? You have to focus on her. Your focus got to be so tunnel vision, just like your focus on the Lord. You have to focus on your woman second to anything in your life, any other people or anything. After the Lord, your relationship with the Lord, brother, you have to pay close attention to your woman. After you pay close attention to your woman, you have to give her affection. Notice I didn't say show her affection on this part. I said you got to give her affection. If you give your woman affection, that's an inside job coming out. You have to do things, and the only way you could show your woman affection, brothers, affection comes from tenderness. It comes from being tender to her. You can't treat your woman like one of your boys. You have to give her affection. Then you have to talk to her. Brother, you cannot go around and walk around the house not talking to your woman. Women in general like to communicate. What do I mean by that? They like to talk. You have to talk to her. It's a necessity that you talk to her. How can you be the head and the leader of your home when you won't talk to your wife or to your children? They can't read your mind, brother. So like some of you brothers, you want the woman to be able to read your mind, which we can't read their mind. You have to open up. That goes with being transparent. You have to be able to express yourself in a gentle, kind, and understanding way to your woman. She needs to know what's going on with you. She needs to know your goals, why she in a relationship with you. If she's called, you have to look at her as if she's your partner. It's like a business. So you have to share business plan. Look at it that way, brother. You running a business, and you have to let your business partner know what you're doing. So your business partner, which is your woman, so she could follow along and help you with the plan. If you don't share the company vision with your wife, how can you grow? That's how you have to operate in a relationship, just like it's a business. You have to share. You have to share your thoughts, your plan, and you need feedback from your partner. You need feedback from her, which means that you have to listen. You have to listen to her suggestion. It can't be all you and nobody else, brother. You have to learn to listen. So after you learn how to give her attention, after you learn how to give her affection, after you learn how to talk to her, after you have learned to look at her in a kind and gentle way, and after you listen to her, that's the very most important thing. You have to listen. People just coming in on my phone, they know that I'm doing my show. A woman like those 4 items more than sex. You understand? If you could show her attention, if you could give her affection, if you talk to her and listen to her, she needs that more than sex, even though sex is important. Sex is more important to men than it is women. So, brother, if you do these things, she will give you that physical part. And sister, if you give him the physical part, he should give you what you need in a relationship. And brother, even though the sexual part is exciting to you, you need to cause your woman hard to smile. Some of you brothers think this. This is what some of you brothers think. That when your woman is moaning and groaning while you're having sex with her, you think that's all she needs. She needs more than the groaning and the moaning. When you ejaculate into your woman vagina and you disengage from her, your woman sometimes feel without telling you that she's disconnected from you, because what a lot of you brothers do after you do your thing is on the physical part, you disengage, and women feel it because they're emotional. She know that you're not there. She know that you were there just for the physical part. Women need more than the physical part. You understand? She needs to know that you're there. She needs to know that your mind, your will, and your emotion is there with her. Because a lot of you brothers, after you disengage from sex, what do most of you all do? You turn over and go to sleep. And some of you leave her disappointed. And I'm not only talking about the sexual part, I'm talking about emotional. You leave her disappointed. You don't want your woman to feel disengaged with you, because even if she's your wife, you don't want her feeling that she's just a object to you. You want her to feel like she's whole, she's a person to you. Brothers, this is what you need to do sometimes. You need to plant the seed of love into your woman. You have to touch her sometime minus the sex. It ain't all about sex, brother. You have to speak words of love into her. You understand? You have to use kind, thoughtful, gentle words to her. And you got to be just like a farmer, brother. It's like you're working on a farm. You have to consistently plant seed in your woman. If you consistently plant seed in your woman, you're going to get a harvest. Like I always say, women, they can multiply and they can expand whatever you put into them. But you got to put something into her in order to get something out of her. Women are receivers. In general, women are receivers. You have to plant into her. She has to know, she has to feel that she is the most important person in your life besides Jesus. Most women, they will move back for Jesus. They will move back and they say, yes, let Jesus have his place. But Most women, they will have a problem if another person or thing is in front of them. But most women, they will allow you to have a relationship. They know that's important to you. And they won't demand that much because they know that's your top priority. And they know that that's your second priority. So you have to have your priority together. Okay, brothers? You have to show that you're thoughtful to this woman. You have to do a lot of just because to her. This go with the attention part. Just because you. Like if you at work, call her throughout the day. Text her throughout the day. Let her know that you're thinking about it. Don't wait for her to do it. Women are receiver. In retrospect, sister, you need to do the same thing too. Don't let this man do all the work. But back to you, brothers, you have to initiate it because you the head and the leader. Call her throughout the day. I'm not talking about just blow her phone up. Now, let's have some sense. Call her throughout the day. You don't have to talk that long. It's very important, brother, that you tell your woman every day, I love you. Every day, don't let not one day go by without verbally saying, I love you. Don't let one day go by without you showing her that you love her. Touch her every day. Touch her when you get into bed without sex. Every night when you get into bed with your woman, brother, touch her. Always touch her. Don't, even if you got a big king size bed and she laying on the end like she on the cliff about to fall over. If that's how she sleep, you move all the way over where she at and cuddle her. Touch her throughout the night, even though you might have to adjust your body, because if you're leaning on one side, you know you're going to have to make those adjustments. Even if you make an adjustment, brother, you have to be conscious. Leading into your subconscious, always touch her. If you're not holding her and you have to make your body adjustment, put your feet on her, put your leg on her, put your hand on her so she can know that you're still thinking about her. And most of the time, women, they will anticipate you touching them. For example, Cinderella always go to bed earlier than I. Right now, she in the bed. She go to bed around about 6 o'clock every evening. She go to bed about 6 o'clock because she get up early in the morning. But she get up around about 2 or 3. I'll be knocked out. But let me tell you this. When I go get into bed with my wife, -6, I would get in the bed. And when she's there, when she feel me get into the bed, she always get in position. She come out of her sleep. She always get in position. Why does she come out? Why does she get in position? She get in position so I could caress her. You understand? I trained her that way. What do I mean train? She's not an animal. But based on she got accustomed to me doing that, so she be on auto when I get in the bed. She be prepared for me to touch her and go to sleep. You understand? So, brother, you have to do that kind of thing with your woman and talk to her. Talk to her consistently. That's how God does. God want to communicate with us consistently through his son, Jesus Christ. So, brother, if you look at the pattern of the Lord loves to communicate with us, right? So, brother, if you study the Lord, you're supposed to communicate with your woman. And vice versa, sister, you should be able to communicate with your man. Because he wants to be communicated with too, instead of telling all the business to her girlfriend and stuff. It feel real good. I can tell you this. When you pray to the Lord, that does something to the Lord. The Lord loves listening to us pray to him and talking to him. We should love the Lord talking to us because he does it all the time, the different ways. The same thing on a human level, because we are made in the image and likeness of the Lord. We are made to communicate. We were created to be in a relationship. So if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to communicate with one another verbally and non-verbally. Let me tell you this. Brother, when you have a good woman in your life, she will give you peace of mind. Now, there are some brothers that I know of, they catch a lot of static when they come home. But if you have a woman that give you peace of mind, and on the flip side, brothers, you need to give that woman peace of mind. Brother, when you come home, you want to come home to a smile on her face. That's what you want to do. You want to come home and she's smiling and she's not frowning when she see you, or she trying to avoid you. You want a pleasant atmosphere. When you open the door, you want to smell it fresh. And when I say smell it fresh, I mean smell that attitude fresh towards you. And she's looking for the same thing too, brother. When you have peace in your home, it's a lot of couples do not know what peace is. They don't know what peace. But when you have consistent peace, now every now and then you might, bump heads and stuff, but overall, when you have consistent peace, when you're able to talk to one another in a loving way, when you're able to create an environment so everyone is per se rejoicing, because no man can make no woman happy, and no woman can make no man happy, but you can rejoice together. It's just like that saying, like in the 23rd Psalm, my cup runneth over. What does the thing, my cup runneth over, mean? That means you continue to pour into it, and it's an overflow. That's how a real relationship is supposed to be. When the man is meeting the need of his woman, and the woman is meeting the need of her man. If you do not meet the need of one another, that's when things go wrong. The man, he starts seeking his needs outside, and eventually the woman gonna start seeking her needs from outside. This is what happened to a lot of relationships, because some men, they take their women lightly. Some women take their man lightly. Whatever you did in the beginning of the relationship, my brother and sister, you have to build on it. You can't just get no woman, brother, and stop doing what you're doing when you got her. And sister, you can't just stop doing what you're doing when you have the man. As a matter of fact, what the Bible say, it said that a man supposed to leave his father and mother and cleave towards his wife. What does that word cleave imply? That means, now listen to me carefully, brothers. Listen to me carefully. I always say don't run after women. That's plural. Never run after women, brothers. That's plural. But when you cleave to your wife, you run after her. What do I mean by that? You pursue your woman. You want your woman to think that she's the apple and darling of your eye. You want your woman to think that there's no one that's above her except the Lord himself. That's what cleave means. You got to consistently have contact with your woman. You have to pursue her. I don't say run. You have to continue to. Some people want to use the word chase. If you're gonna chase anyone, my brother, chase your wife. That woman that you say I do to, chase her in a loving way. And the same thing too, sister. You shouldn't chase no men. As a matter of fact, no woman don't supposed to go looking for no man anyway. But when your man find you, you chase him. I'm not talking about just running after him saying, come in with a net and stuff like that. No. I'm talking about you chase him with respect. You understand? You chase him with respect. And let me tell you this, brother, if you have a woman that got wisdom, she's going to give you peace. She's going to give you peace of mind. She's going to be very thoughtful and she's going to be very clean. She's going to make sure that she's attracted to you. If you got a woman that got wisdom, she's going to always look attracted to you even when she go to bed. She's not going to walk around with a lot of rollers and stuff in her hair. She's going to fix her hair in a way where she's still attractive. You're not going to hardly catch her off point. The only way you're going to catch her off point is if she's sick or something like that. Other than that, you're going to have a woman that consistent because she know that men are visual. Women, wise women, they know that men are visual. And she's going to make herself look presentable to her husband. She's going to have a clean body. She's going to, the atmosphere where the environment is going to be clean. And the same thing too, brothers. When you're showing this woman attention, you showing her attention, and you have to be wise too, brother. When you're showing this woman attention, you need to, and it's a whole bunch on you, brother. You got to be consistent on that just because stuff. And I have said this over and over and over again. I have said this, brothers, your motto should be just because. Every week, more than one time a week, you need to do a lot of just because things. And you don't have to spend money every day or every week to do just because. You have to do little thoughtful things to your woman. And when you do thoughtful things to your woman, you don't blow no horn and let her know what you're doing. You could drop them notes. You know your woman pattern. You know where she normally go in the house or whatever. You need to drop a little note there, or you need to do something. Even if you call on the phone, like I had suggested earlier. If you call on the phone, you don't have to have no long, drawn-out conversation. You could say something like, "I," and then hang up. Then you call her back later. Love. Hang up the phone. Call her back. You. Hang up the phone. And she's going to wonder, she more than likely she's going to call you back. Don't answer the phone. Then on that fourth time, you put it all together. I love you. You understand? You have to be creative, brothers. You have to be creative how you treat her. Don't do the same thing over and over again, because you don't want her to anticipate what you're going to do all the time. Some things she's going to anticipate because she's accustomed to your pattern and behavior. But you have to think when it comes to a woman, brother. And guess what? If you do a whole lot of just because for her, she's going to do a lot of just because for you too. You're going to be selfless, and she's going to be selfless, because both of you going to be growing in your transparency, and you're going to get to the point where, as you say, we, us, and our, not me, myself, and I anymore. That's what you'll get to. We, us, and our. We, us, and our. So my brother and sister, understand your man and your woman's need before it's too late. With that said, I know some of you all want to go look at the playoff game, because I'm about to look at it myself. I love you, my brothers. I love you, my sisters. I hope that you all had a very, very good time. I hope that I gave you some things that you can apply to your relationship, because I have failed before a relationship, but I don't want you to walk down that road. That's why I say things to try to help you, my brothers. That's why I say things to try to help you, my sister. How you doing, baby? So my brothers and sisters, pray that the Lord teach you, guide you, and show you how to grow in your relationship. Be selfless. Me, myself, and I is out. It's we, us, and our. Peace out.